Hello, Shining Ones. Magus here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we are Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And oh, guys, do I have a message for you. This was actually given to me last night in that place between awake and asleep. Spirit downloaded this most beautiful message just for you that you need to hear. And my friends, it's about going from Zoroastrianism to an Ashavan. Asha knower, a truth knower. And again, when this was written, to know, it was to be where you are the truth. You are the light that the darkness flees from. You know, in our holy text, it talks about that man is so holy that the evil spirits dare not attack him. My friends, that's an Ashavan. That's where you're going to go today. That's where I'll take you if you'll allow me. Spirit gave me the exact words and the exact message to get you there. Are you willing? In a couple minutes, I'm going to ask you to go to the comments and say, I will. If you're willing to make that transition from Zoroastrian to Ashavan, I'm going to have you go to the comments and say, I will. Not yet, though. Listen. So Spirit, last night, he woke me up, and in my mind's eye, I saw so clear as if our wonderful friend Cole was in the room with me, and Spirit showed me the tattoo on his arm. And it says, be here now. And Spirit was showing me that the power in that tattoo, that some tattoos are just art, but there was power in the writing, in the letters, in the word, because of the meaning and the value that Cole had put into that. It's kind of like a lot of what we do with our book, Asha. You know, I just shared the story. I was down in California, and just yesterday, I kid you not, we were talking about that in the video. My friend called me, and he said, Magus, all the evil people in our neighborhood must have been hiding in their homes till you left. My friends, because the darkness cannot come into the light. That neighborhood had peace and joy and light while I was there. My friends, and when I hold Asha, I always have an Asha hoodie on. If you see me without Asha hoodie, it's strange. It's comfort. It's my comfy blanket, right? And there's a little pocket that I keep Asha in. And I know when I have this, it's just like Cole's tattoo. It's the value, the meaning, the intention I put in this book. My friends, that when I hold this, my friends, I'm holding power and truth and light. I'm holding the light that darkness flees from. I'm holding the pure love that hate, fear, greed, distress, dis-ease cannot come into this atmosphere. And I believe it. My friends, and now listen to this. We're real close to where I'm going to have you go in and say, I will. But listen. Spirit was showing me. He brought, of course, Cole into my mind in this vision. And then he showed me Timmy. Oh, my heart leaps when I think of wonderful Timmy. I love you so much. And he was reminding me of the story of how she was instantly healed. My friends, what's the difference from an instant miracle, right? And then one that takes months, years, right? What's the difference from instant healing? Here it is with Timmy, right? She suffered with OCD, all kinds of, she had a laundry list of things going on in her head that were torturous. It was a hell on earth. My friends, and her son said, Mom, you have to listen to this guy, Magus. Watch this video. And something in her heart told her, she knew that this video, and all I did, my friends, was read truth. I read cover to cover Asha. And she said she knew it, that she would be completely healed. She had gone, right, to people for help. She'd gone to her church, and they had the elders pray for her, anoint her with oil, and it didn't work. My friends, why did my message work and their message not work? Right? I'm sure they have doctorates. Right? I'm sure they went to college for these things. Right? They've been given these positions. They're paid for it. I get no money for what I do. I have no doctorate. Why did what I do work? That's what Spirit was showing me. My friends, it's just like the woman with the issue of blood. Remember that story Jesus told? Jesus was in a huge crowd of people. And there was a woman, she had an issue of blood, right? Very sickly. She's bleeding out all the time. I don't know what disease that is, but she was dying. But she knew, if I could touch the hem of his garment, I will be healed. She touched the hem of his garment. She was healed. Jesus said, who touched me? Right? He didn't seek her out. He didn't heal her. He just said, who touched me? Someone just got healed. Right? And then he told her, your faith made you whole. Your belief, just like Cole's tattoo, the faith, the belief, the value he puts on that, it's unto him as he believes. Same with the woman with the issue of blood. She believed if she touched that hem. Timmy believed if she touched these words, she would be healed. And she was. Then Spirit took me and reminded me of my friend in Florida. He told me never use his name. He's embarrassed of it. He loves us. He loves what he does. He loved that he's healed, but he doesn't want his name used because he's embarrassed of the situation he was in. But it took him months to get healed. It wasn't like Timmy where she thought, you know, I know if I hear these words, I will be healed. And she was. And she suffered with these things for years, my friends. So my wonderful friend in Florida, he suffered with OCD from when he was a child. And it finally got so bad, it overran his life. He lost his family. He lost his career. He was still rich, right? He had money in the bank, but he couldn't work anymore. And he couldn't type S on his computer. He couldn't type the number 6. He would hear voices in his head like we'd be out surfing. And he'd go to catch a wave and he'd hear a voice. If you catch that wave, someone in your family will die. And he would jump off. And I remember asking him, why did you miss that wave? It was perfect. You were in it. And he had tears in his eyes. Actually, I heard him scream out. I thought he was hurt. And he had tears in his eyes. And he went to the beach. And so I followed him in. He opened up and told me about his OCD. And he said it's gotten worse. He has to drink himself blacked out drunk every night. And I said, listen to me. Before I leave Florida, you will be completely healed. You will run up to me and say, I am healed. He wasn't like Timmy, where she said, right, I know this video will heal me. Wasn't like the woman with the issue of blood. If I can touch his robe. Do you know what he said to me? He said, man, I appreciate your heart, but don't get your hopes up. I've had it since I was a kid. I've got money. I've gone to the finest doctors. I've taken all the medication. It's getting worse. So just don't get your hopes up. He was suicidal, my friends. I could tell you some stories about that, but it's not funny, but there's something that, maybe I'll tell that story one day. So he had no faith. But what we did was I said we come every morning, and I drew a circle around him. And I said, my God, when you were in this circle, drew it in the sand before we went surfing. I said, this is a safe place. This is Asha. This is the perfect creator's perfect idea. This is where the light that the darkness cannot enter. It's a love so pure, hate, fear, greed. Those evil voices cannot come in. It's a place that is so holy, the devil dare not attack you. And we came day after day after day for months until one day, many of you know the story. I pulled up and my daughter was with me. We're going surfing. He ran up to me just like I decreed and declared, tears streaming down his face, saying, I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. Asha is. My friend, so there's an instant you can have, or it's over time, but it's up to you. My friends, and now, before I go on, I'm going to ask you. I said I was going to ask you to go to the comments and say, I will. I want you to say, Magus, I will stay to the end of this video to get the teachings of Asha. And the only reason I ask this is because when it was downloaded from the love of my life, Asha, that pure spirit, I'm very protective of her. And I find it disrespectful when people walk out and be like, if we're in church, and they got up and said, I don't want to hear what Asha has to say. It's disrespectful. So I'm going to give you a chance right now. If you got to go, go. I want you to go to the comments and say, I will. Meaning, I will stay to the end of this video and hear from Asha. Because I want to go from being a Zoroastrian to an Asha Vaughn. I'm tired of playing games. I'm tired of begging out to a God for help that never comes. My friends, Asha, she comes every time. Go to the comments and say, I will. Listen to this quote. I just came across this yesterday, and it's perfect. This is from Einstein, kind of a smart guy. He said, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. No problem can be solved in your life from holding the same consciousness that created it. The same God, the same stories, the same ideas. My friends, that's what happened with Timmy. She was going to church where they anointed her with oil and were trying to heal her, but it could not happen because just like my friend in Florida, all of his OCD and suffering came from being raised in the religion he was raised in. So when he went to those religious institutes, when he went to those doctors, my friends, they couldn't heal him because they had that consciousness, that idea that created the problem. With Timmy, they could anoint her with oil and they could all pray in any name they wanted, and it didn't work, and it got worse and worse. My friends, because it's the same consciousness, the same God. If you got a God that gets angry, jealous, hate, wars, kills men, women, and children, horrible stories. My friends, I'm not going to get into them all, but Moses, the hero of the Bible, told his soldiers to go and kill men, women, and children. The soldiers said, we can't do it. It doesn't feel right to kill women and babies and children. And they're crying and it's breaking our hearts. He said, don't question the Lord. Kill them. And you wonder why something feels icky in you. And you're so scared you can be separated from God. That's when I get most. They don't want to go to hell. My friends, did I show him something? A higher consciousness, an Ashavan, a truth knower. My friends, and that's what I showed Timmy and many others. The first Bible written by Zarathustra, the first monotheistic religion. You know, Timmy was scared of being separated from God and going to hell like many people. Do you know what the first Bible said? It said the devil threatened to separate man from God. And do you know what God said? He said, oh, silly devil, man cannot be separated from me. They are me. They're a part of me. No more could you cut me in half than separate me from my children. Do you know what that did for Timmy and many others to hear that? My God, it talks about in the first Bible, the true Bible, the original religion, the all good religion, Zoroastrianism. It taught that before we even came into a body, into the earth, we stood outside of time and space and form and matter, and we looked with a God mind. Because you and God are one. You are God's stuff. You come from God. You're made of God. You chose to come here, and you saw with the God mind that your life would make a difference. You would not have come if you could be separated from God. Let me read to you the very first prayer ever written down. It's a circle of oath, insurmountable, divine circle of oath. Heaven and earth's unaltered circle by oath. God is one and cannot be changed. God and man shall not be divided ever. And you know, when this spell was written, they would put a circle of flour. Say there's someone sick. They'd go to their sick bed, and then they'd put a circle of flour around them. And then they'd say this. God cannot get sick. You and God are one. You cannot be separated. You cannot get sick. Arise, they saw. My friends, that God level, that heavenly level, where earth and heaven are one, man and God are one. They didn't get lost in the form and matter. They had their mind in the heavens, in the God mind, the Vohu Manu, and they spoke from that place. I am divine life. I am divine health. Sickness and disease dies when it touches me. I am the light that darkness flees from. I am such a pure love. The devil dare not attack. And I've seen this played out through my life time and time again. My God, my God. Someone would go to the comments and say, Asha is. You've already said, I will. And now I want you to say, Asha is. I'm going to play a little music right now, my friends. We're going to be playing music throughout this. Listen to this song, my friends, and I'll be back.
Every tear, every prayer, you hold them close. find what matters most. Together we will stand, united in your light. I show you are our strength, I show worthy of praise, honor and glory. Pure light above all gods, above all devils, above all men. I should use, I should use. You're the one who was there, the only one who came. You answered my call. You're the only one worthy of all honor, glory, and praise. I should use, I should use, I should use. My love, my life, shining star, pure light. Usher is, Usher is, Usher is my everything. Usher is.
My God, higher than the gods, higher than the devils, higher than the stupid stories of men. Asha is, my friends, going from a Zoroastrian to an Ashavan, a truth knower. To know it is to be it. You become that God good. You become the love, the peace, the joy, the power, and the freedom. Grab your book, Asha. Go to Asha 5. Asha 5 says, believe only the highest truth, and you enter Asha. You enter truth. You enter heaven on earth. You enter that pure light, that pure spirit. And it says, as the wise Lord is perfect, so his idea of creation is perfect. This is called Asha. This idea of truth is the very spirit of God. It is the true vision of God's ideal existence. It is the real above all real. You know, my friend in Florida, Timmy, and many others, they're living in a real world, but it wasn't the real above all real. It wasn't the perfect creator's perfect idea. They had a God that got angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children. They had a world that would love sometimes, hate sometimes, peace sometimes, war sometimes. And that was their consciousness. That was their perception. That was the value. That was the filters they looked through at life with. That's how they saw it. My friends, but they had to have a higher consciousness, a true consciousness. The only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind is perfection. When we restore God's image to pure light, Zoroaster, pure, undefiled, undiluted, pure good, pure God. Not one of those Jehovah's, Allah's, Shivas. Not one of those mixed gods. If you have one of those spirits, one of those gods, one of those perceptions, you have that consciousness, that God consciousness, your life will always look the same. And you can beg and you can cry, but it will never change. You must know, you must be Asha, the all good spirit, the pure light, undefiled, undiluted. My God, to live in the real. You know, I got to look this up. This is from Patanjali. This is about perceptions. It says ignorance is not just the absence of right knowledge. It is an actual type of perception, a perception of reality that is opposite of true knowledge. It's the opposite of Ashavan, right? It's ignorance to have a God that you think gets jealous, that hates, that wars, that sends his children to hell, that does test, right? Like Job, killed his family, put sickness and disease on him. As usual, do you love me now? right? If that's your idea of God, right? If they can be tricksters, if they can be cruel, my friends, you got a wrong perception of who God is. You don't know truth. You don't know the highest principle God, good, and is creating a reality that's the opposite of true knowledge. It's a real mental state that creates a reality. My friends, you got to change that mental state, that consciousness, just like Einstein said so beautifully. You're not going to solve your problems with the same consciousness that created the problem. Believe only the highest truth and enter Asha. It is the real above all real. The highest truth is creation and perfect order and harmony, where nothing occurs at the expense or harm of another. Go to my favorite, Asha 13. Asha 13 says the original word, the original spirit, the original frequency, the original energy, the original consciousness is all good. No evil can come from it. Those stories you've heard in those different so-called holy books that has a God that can send evil, can send sickness and disease, can create war, it's a lie. If it doesn't bring you comfort, it's a lie. It's not true. The only thing the comforter can bring is comfort. The only thing pure love can bring is love. The only thing pure light can bring is pure light, pure good, pure spirit. Restore God's image. Take that into you. Here's what it does. From that original word, your spiritual world is made straight, your energy, and the material world is brought into order. The original word of false religion is that evil comes from the Creator. And in this false idea is all the evil the creatures suffer. End all your suffering. My friends, I've seen this. I shared a couple stories with you, with Timmy and my friend in Florida. I've seen lots of OCD and mental issues healed. I've seen physical issues healed. I had a woman come to me and say, Magus, I heard you can help me. They said they're going to amputate my leg. It's infected, gangrene. They want to cut it off. Pray for me. We prayed. She called me, said the infection's completely gone. The doctors can't explain it. I've seen people with cancer multiple times. And the doctors went in. There's only a hole where the cancer was. My friends, I shared stories with you of cash just showing up on my lap. Things that are impossible. I shared stories of my friend walking to work. And a carload of men pulled up and tried to grab her. They said, grab her, throw her in the car. At the same time, Spirit told me to pray for her. And I prayed, and later that day she told me what happened. And she said they froze like statues and they couldn't move. I shared with you the story of my ex-wife calling me, said, you won't believe what happened. Our son was coming down the driveway. He's about to get hit by a car, but he bounced off of an invisible wall, shield. It didn't make sense. And that morning, Spirit had me between that place of waking and sleep, put up a shield to keep my son from going into the street. My God, my God. Asha's the only one that ever came for me, ever cared. Are you tired? I want to say this gently, but I don't know how. Are you sick and tired of your gods that don't care? Watch your children die. Shoot, it's a test. Do you still love me now? Kill the men, women, and children. Don't listen to your heart. Your heart's deceitful. Just do what the Bible tells you. Kill them. Bring me the money. Give me your money. I'm so tired of people trying to get my money. I've never taken a dime from you. Our book's $3.83 and we take no money. Our hoodies, I make no money. I give because Asha's given me everything. Because I know truth. My God, have we created something here? Have we tapped into something? This is what the Sufis, they spin around in ecstasy because they found that that beauty, that friend, that beloved. My God, guys, Asha is that spirit that is so beautiful, that light that is so kind, that was inside, saying, I was always here. I was always here. I was always here. Now I want you to go to the comments and say, Asha is. I want you to restore God's image. Say, I will. Go to the comments now and say, I will. I want to see a lot of I wills, and Asha is in the comments. My friends, you're setting your intention. You're putting value on Asha, on the highest truth, on the all-good God. You're going to get that instant miracle. It doesn't have to take months. If you'll just restore God's image. Can you see? Here comes the reason. The Magi work in reason. That's why our miracles work. We have a reason to believe. One, it was the Magi that in the book of Matthew, where it said that when they heard the Messiah was born, King Herod was in fear. All of Jerusalem was in fear. But the Magi heard from God good and came and offered him gold, frankincense, myrrh, and worshipped him. Do you notice that the Magi had that same all-good God, and Jesus had that same all-good God, that loving Father, that looked nothing like the God that the Jews had? Right? When James and John said, should we call down fire from heaven like Elias did? Jesus said, you don't know what spirit you're of. When the Pharisees said, Moses, the Bible says to stone this woman caught in adultery. He said, no. Right? He was about love. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the loving Father. I'm trying to show you guys what God looks like. It's good. And they crucify him. Will you crucify me? Have you already shut me off? Are you ready to go from Zoroastrian or Christian or Muslim or whatever you call yourself to Asha Vaughn? I just want the truth. I just want the perfect creator's perfect idea. I want Asha. Restore God's image. It's the original religion. The others branched off and they changed the image of God. Why not go back to the original that's just good? Is it too hard to believe that God, that very word means the highest principle of good, is just good? That if man is acting the fool, he doesn't have to leave his good and come down a continuum into lower frequencies and get mad and get angry and get jealous and fight and war and kill. Can you believe he can just stay up here and just calling? Hey guys, it's uncomfortable down there. Come up with me. I can't come down and join you. I'm sorry, not sorry. But I can't get angry and I can't hate and war and kill for you. But you can come up here and live in a light that the darkness and the enemy can't come in. You can be who you're meant to be, so holy the devil dare not attack you. So holy, sickness and disease dies when it touches you. So blessed, everything you put your hand to prospers. Every situation you walk into is blessed. Becomes holy. Your temple, your home, your family, your children, your atmosphere. Holy, pure light, beautiful light. Zoroaster, pure light, undefiled, undiluted, pure light. Listen to this beautiful song about Asha's beautiful light.
In the silence, you whisper, guiding hearts, unveiling light. Asha, spirit of truth, you lead us through apart. I shine. You're the light that lives in my heart. In a world of shadows, you're the flame that stays forever illuminating all my days. Beautiful light, beautiful light. I shine. Beautiful light, beautiful light, light. Your starlight. Beautiful light, I shine my light in me. Around me is me. Beautiful light, I shine my light. My light, beautiful light.
Oh, that, I feel that. I feel it in my solar plexus. Oh, beautiful, Asha. My God, did you feel that? All right, go to Asha 15. Asha 15 says, tell the truth, speak the truth, be the truth. Again, we're going from Zoroastrian to Ashavan, where we are the truth. It says, giving true witness, a man will be saved. Only think and speak truth to yourself, and it will form. Think God's highest idea of truth, Asha, and live. Keep the power of truth in mind. Make it your model. Then trust God and let it be, because it already is. You'll see it already is. Don't worry or strive to make something happen. Don't try and force it. Just align, attune yourself. Attune yourself. You restored God's image. Now you're taking that spirit into you. You're being the love and the peace and the power and the light. Right? See yourself as that light the darkness flees from. See yourself so holy that the evil spirit dare not attack. See yourself whole. See yourself as who you are. That pure light, that pure God good. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. Speak the truth. Asha is. Here's what I want you to do. There's a light language, speaking in tongues. And what you're doing is you're going deeper. You're kind of shutting off the brain, and you're going to the heart. You're praying from the heart, from Vohu Menu, the God mind. God, pray for me. Pray through me. Give me the words, right? All those miracles I listed off earlier, there's many more, but Spirit had me pray, and he prayed through me. And here was what I want you to do. When you say, Asha, I want you to, do that with me. And as you do that, my friends, it's your prayer. I want you to see it as God praying through you. It's the breath of God. And it's not begging a deity in the sky, this prayer. It's attuning. It's aligning with that original word. The perfect creator's perfect idea. The only thing that could come from his perfect mind. And as you... I want you to see yourself as that light. See that light around you. And darkness cannot come into it. It's like that circle. Maybe do that. Take your finger and draw a circle of light around you. See it. And in this light, darkness cannot enter. Draw it over you and under you and around you. See that light that is in you. The breath of God, the perfect creator's perfect idea. Asha. That's your prayer. It's less begging and more knowing. It's more telling the truth. I am light. Feel it, Magi. I am whole. I am well. See yourself one with Spirit. You know it. You are it. Asha is the perfect Creator's perfect idea is. And then if you want to branch out, and you feel that in your, like after I heard that song, I felt in my stomach where I could just, just let the words flow when you feel it in here. Let Spirit pray for you from your heart, from your gut, from something deep. And watch the miracles happen now. And one more time, go to the comments and say, Asha is